What is going on, my Periscope family? How y'all doing? If it's your first time tuning in to the broadcast, do me a favor. Go ahead on, hit that like button. Also, to hit that subscribe button. And if you can, go ahead on and hit the follow button. So, uh, just coming to you guys a little different tonight. I am doing all of this on my phone. Yeah, try to do all this with my computer, but with me trying to stream it that way, it was going extra slow. Did not want to give y'all any bad quality, so I took the chance to do all this through the phone. I hope that I have everybody participating uh, as well tonight. Second here, see what we're looking at here. All right, we got 11 people on. All right. All right, that's good to hear. All right, so we got 11 people in the building. Shout out to 11 people that's on. I appreciate you guys. Let's share this broadcast. Let's try to get it as much as possible. So, this is what we got going on the news tonight. Tonight, we're going to talk about the recount in Georgia, which has been real nasty. We got some accusations going around from Lindsey Graham and the the Secretary of State. It's kind of crazy. I'm going to see if I could dig more into that. We also going to discuss about Biden trying to have his presidential moment denouncing violence, but he did the same thing that he always accused Trump of. He's not saying the group's names. We also going to discuss the war that is likely to go on with the Democrats and the progressives not getting any better, still bad. Also going to talk about Corey. I want to say the girl name is Corey Bush, the young lady that made a big deal about people calling her Breonna Taylor because of her damn mask. And we also going to discuss what Biden would want to do if he was already president about our Thanksgiving. And we're also going to discuss about CNN actually possibly being sold. Oh, thank you very much, Ozzy. Follow me back on YouTube, man. That's right. Hey, I'm on here, baby. So let's jump right into the first story. So first up tonight, we are going to talk about the Georgia recount. Now, today they unearthed 2,600 unaccounted for ballots. Now, this was in Floyd County in Georgia. Now, if I'm not mistaken, Floyd County is currently in North Georgia. Now, the Georgia Secretary of State, Brad Raffensperger, has been saying that Lindsey Graham has been giving him a lot of grief about this whole election. He is saying that Lindsey Graham didn't want him to count any ballots that you couldn't verify, which is what you should do. You know, if it's not verifiable, if it's damaged, or if it's not, considered a legit ballot, it shouldn't count. So Raffensperger swear out that he's getting a whole lot of heat from this. And he's basically saying that even after the recount, everything possibly could still go into Biden's favor. Possibly. I didn't say it was legit. It's a possibility. This is what's coming out of his mouth. Now, this is what's been recently stated. Now, the Georgia Secretary, Brad Raffensperger, blamed the problem on Floyd County election officials failing to upload votes from a memory card in a ballot scanning machine. Now, Georgia began recounting its nearly 5 million ballots by hand Friday after President Trump and the Republican Party requested a statewide audit. Now, the 2,600 previously uncounted ballots in the county marked the most significant issue so far uncovered in recount process. Now, Floyd County Republican Party Chair Luke Martin called the mishaps concerning, but insisted that it doesn't appear to be a widespread issue. Now, his response is, I'm glad the audit revealed it, and it's important that all votes are counted, Martin told the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. Other counties so far have found uncounted ballots with recount figures closely matching their original numbers. Raffensperger said, though President Trump has decried alleged voter fraud, which we cannot say that it is voter fraud just yet, but we got the evidence from Rudy Giuliani to say that there's a possibility some shady stuff went on that was against procedure. They said the accounted ballots will likely do little to close the 14,000 vote gap with President Joe Biden. If Biden does emerge victorious, he will clinch the Peach State 16 victoria votes, flipping a historical red Southern battleground state, which I still say is a lie, but that's my personal opinion. That's just my thought. Now, Gabriel Sterling of the Secretary of State's office told the local station WSB-TV that the newly discovered ballots will hand Trump an additional 800 votes, which still leaves Biden in the lead. I still don't believe that 800 out of 2,600 is President Trump's. I mean, because a lot of this stuff didn't make any sense. They were talking about 1,000 straight votes being straight Biden and not, President Trump. You got workers testifying in other states that they were told to backdate ballots. So I don't know. I mean, it's a little better. Hey, man. Yeah, I know, man. The audio is not that good. So if you can't hear me audio-wise, it's not me, guys. I promise you it's not me. I'm trying to do everything I can to make it better. Hold on. Let me see about the audio. Let's see here. All right, what about now? Hopefully it's better. Hopefully it's better. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Hold on. All right. All right. All right. Okay, I guess everybody can hear me. All right, good. All right, just trying to make sure that I hope the audio is better. All right, great. All right. So that's what we're facing now. I'm about to go and plug in my headset so we can get some better audio. Give me one moment, guys. We're going to get this up. We're going to get it together. We're going to make this audio work. Okay? We're going to make it work. Give me one moment. I'm streaming. What do you need? All right, guys. I hope this is a lot better. I hope that it's a lot better now since we're breaking that down. If y'all can hear me a lot clearer, go ahead on and type in the chat. Okay. All right. So it is a lot better. All right. I'm gonna make it do what it do then. I may have to take it off and put it on charge, but I'm only at 49% on this phone. But we gonna make it work. We gonna get through this. Shouldn't be long tonight. Okay, so I'm gonna do it over again then. Since everybody said they missed that, I am going to redo it again because I'm all about trying to make sure you guys got crystal clear audio. So anyway, getting back to what I was saying, they found 2,600 additional ballots in Georgia. Now, while finding these additional 2,600 ballots in Georgia, it was all in Floyd County. Now, Floyd County said that out of that 2,600, 800 of those ballots were for President Trump, and the rest was for Joe Biden. Now, to me, I really think and speculate that there's a lot of false with that because, you know, I really think that there had to be some kind of playing with these whole ballots because we've had other uh, poll workers that have spoken up and blown in other states that they were told. Y'all still can't hear me? Hold on. All right, good night, son. Uh, all right, can y'all still hear me? All right, you can hear. I try to make sure everybody can hear. Is the audio better than what it was before? Because I know a lot of people saying audio's trash. I mean, I know I ain't got the best material tonight. Just trying to make sure everybody can hear your boy. Okay, great, great. All right, good. So if y'all already heard what I had said, I'll just make sure everybody heard what I said. But yeah, that's what's going on with the recount in Georgia. Basically, uh, Brad, I don't want to butcher his name because it's like sounds like it's fucking uh Raffensperger is under the gun because everybody wants to make sure that this is done properly because we've already seen what has happened in the past. So we just want to make sure it's done right and the right way. So that is what's really going on. So moving right along from that story, we are going to talk about some interesting stuff tonight that I think you guys will actually want to hear. We're going to talk about Biden. Now, we already know that the media was garbage. I mean, straight garbage when they were reporting about the MAGA rally violence towards us as patriots, right? So when they got called out for this, Joe Biden, he's going to now look out for the mainstream media because that's his people. That's who's getting him in office. Y'all guys, hold on for 1 second. Can y'all hurry up and do what you got to do, Sarah? Because I'm trying to do my newscast. I'm in the middle of fucking newscast. That's what I'm trying to tell you. But you opening back and forth. She's got the thing on, sweetheart. Oh my God, I'm back. So anyway, get back to what I was saying. Uh, when it came to Biden talking about what's going on with these acts of violence, he didn't want to say anything about it. He didn't even want to call their name. So it was like really crazy that this man did not want to call their name out. It's like he basically said, I denounce all violence. Okay, so you denounce all violence, then you need to say the people that's involved that are doing the violence towards the supporters of the president. Because you're going out here just saying, oh, I denounce all violence, basically trying to say, okay, I said it. All right, I'm good. Let's move on. Now, what made me so mad is that the mainstream media tried to be funny and say that the president-elect Joe Biden, uh, when he denounced all acts of violence, they put it in quotation marks, and they had the nerve to call it the so-called Million Mega March. It wasn't no so-called. It was a Million Make America Great Again March. People was there. People wanted to be patriotic. They wanted to show support of the president. Now, only thing Biden said that made everybody mad was, okay, you're saying you denounce all acts of violence. Why won't you say Antifa and BLM? He won't do it because we already know why. It's because these are the ones that got him looking good right now with all these votes, and he's trying to pander to that base. But then he had the nerve, along with Schumer, talking about uh to condemn the repugnant display of white supremacy that were made in Washington, D.C. this week. What white supremacy? There wasn't no racism in Washington, D.C. with the Make America Great Again march. There were white and black Americans and other nationalities that were there to support the president to say, hey, this bullshit, you know, we need to do better. We need to have a better process. But they don't see it as that because it's not going in the direction they want it to go. So, with that being said, that's why they went out here and said, okay, we'll just tell everybody this bullshit story that, uh, you know, yeah, I denounce all acts of violence, but don't forget what y'all saw with all that togetherness. That was white supremacy. That's crazy. Then Biden continued citing a sign that displayed at the march that read, "Coming for blacks and Indians first welcome to the New World Order." Now, I've never seen nothing like that during that whole march at all. The pictures, everything, even the organizers that organized it didn't have that. Now, I could see something like that with Antifa trying to start any kind of irrational mess, but I didn't see that. Yeah, I know. It probably was Antifa. They do that because see, this is what the radical left don't want to acknowledge. Antifa and them will make all these false signs, and they will infiltrate and try to blend in with the crowd. So that way, whenever they start their mess, they can start it, and then they can play the whole, "Oh, I was doing nothing but minding my own business. It was them," and it's sad but true. And then you got Nancy Pelosi's not going to stand up for Trump supporters because they all hate him. The radical left, these progressives, they hate their guts. They hate the fact that we will support a president who is trying to make the world better. So you're not going to get no feedback. Oh yeah, I know the Proud Boys did their job. Now, only thing I hate about the Proud Boys, now being you know I have to critique this as a blogger who's giving y'all the news. I just hate that the Proud Boys had to get in a physical entanglement with Antifa and BLM, because now you got mainstream media that's going to try to push the narrative. I told you guys they were violent. I told you guys they was excessive. That's the only thing I hate. I mean, I understand, because anybody come at me, I'm going to defend myself. But I just hate that the media was like right there. And then I also hated the fail of this march was, you know, that a 16-year-old boy got punched in the face. What's up, Miss Karen? And not to mention too, after the 16-year-old boy get punched in the face and all these people that's trying to make America great again get assaulted, the Washington, D.C. police failed the march. They failed them. And we all know why they failed, because a lot is going on right now with the policing in these major Democratic cities. These mayors are basically holding their feet to the fire. Yeah, I think the Proud Boys did drop the ball on you know, being a little bit more aggressive. But you know, when you see one of your buddies getting messed with, and then you seeing the police not trying to do anything, yeah, you're gonna get agitated and make mistakes. That's why, you know, this is this is what we're up against though, because right now the media is always going to protect Antifa and BLM because they are the new spokesmen for the new world order that they're trying to promote. They don't want us to have no solidarity, and they hate President Trump. So let's get on off of this story. And I know y'all probably want to know more about what's going on with CNN. I'm about to give y'all some updates because some people have been saying that CNN is going down the tube. And I'm about to give y'all a more in-depth situation of why CNN is for sale. So give me 1 second here. If this is your first time tuning in, do me a favor, go ahead on if you can. You know, at that time, like you're in church. You know what I'm saying? Uh, definitely, if your hearts can do it, give us a donation to keep us running. You know what I'm saying? This is to help the channel grow. Uh, so hopefully y'all can see it on here. It just helps the channel grow and help us to continue to give y'all news that you need to hear. And my wife told me to tell you guys hello. She's just not feeling well tonight. That's why she's not too much active. And I'm sorry about me calibrate my kid on here. I didn't mean to do that, guys. It's just I'm trying to get things started. So sorry for that brief interruption. So this is not going to be a long broadcast tonight because my wife does not feel good, and everything else. So this is what's going on. So CNN, what sources are saying, thank y'all, appreciate it, is taking a hit from hating Trump. Now that's what Gasparino said. Now, if you don't know who Gasparino is a Fox Business News senior correspondent. And he was on Tucker Carlson tonight talking about this about 2 days ago. Now, this is what happened. You're probably going to wonder, well, why in the hell did AT&T buy CNN, and why would a phone company, internet company, want CNN? So this is what happened. Warner Brothers had CNN for a long time, and CNN started not doing that much of good news. Their reporting wasn't as strong. They just wasn't hot anymore. So Warner Brothers, I mean not Time Warner, excuse me. Time Warner was gonna just go ahead on and was gonna be like, you know what? I'm just going, if I can't sell it, we basically gonna shut it down.
Well, AT&T thought it would be a good idea to further their brand. They already had DirecTV, and they went on and they put it in there. But because they did that, it became a nightmare because now they can't they're losing money on the whole deal. I mean, they're losing a lot of money. I mean, right now, they said this year alone, they are projected to lose between 100 to 120 million dollars. That's what they're looking at on the projection of hit alone. That is the end of this year. That's how bad CNN is tanking. Now you're probably thinking, well, shit, they had all these liberals supporting them. They shouldn't be tanking like that. Well, that's the thing. When your whole program becomes about being extra woke, you know what they say, you go woke, you go broke. You hate Trump. Every American that supports Trump is either racist or a sellout. And then you got people like Don Lemon, who every time you turn around, always got to be over the damn top, as in do what I say, but don't do what I do. This is what happens. So now they want Jeff Bezos to buy it. They said it'd be a good thing for Jeff because Jeff already owns Whole Foods, Amazon, and I think he owns Jesus. What else did Jeff Bezos own? He owns something else. He owns another media company. I just don't know what it is. I know it's a major media company. And you know, if Jeff Bezos buys it, you know, he'll be basically running the world because now he even owns the biggest news thing. You know what I'm saying? Now, what I was told that Bezos is not interested in buying AT&T. But you know who I think should buy AT&T? You know guys who I think need to buy AT&T? Think about this shit. You know, Trump just said that he was looking for a news network to make it his own. You know how ironic that'd be? The news people that diss you, you are not a boss. Got him. I think Trump should buy CNN. Why not? Make it a conservative network, compete against Fox News, turn it around, get rid of Don Lemon and all the rest of them damn cats, you know, Van, all of them. Just clean house. Get rid of all these whining, I'm so need to be loved and hugged, ashamed of the world liberals. I think it'll be awesome. I think that'll be the best thing for Trump. He could really, and it's right there in Atlanta. I mean, he could buy that. He could, man, he could really, yeah, he could really change the world by CNN. I think it'll be a great move. Get some of these real journalists that know how to tell news and not going to be swayed by the popularity spectrum, you know, like Laura Ingram, all of them, even Tommy Lauren. Yeah, get them all. Get Candace Owen a show on there. Think that'd be awesome. I think that'd be awesome. Oh yeah, they would, bro. They would. I'm telling you. Because see, AT&T is losing money because DirecTV ain't been doing so well for them either. Because there was reports this year that they was gonna sell AT&T. AT&T was gonna sell DirecTV next year, or just strap the whole satellite program, because you know people are not gravitating to satellite programming like that anymore. People is either gravitating to Xfinity or alternative live channels that's with the internet, like your YouTube, uh, your Hula, and some other companies. What is uh oh geez that not, if I could think of the name, it starts with an S, but that too. But yeah, And you're right, they should make it. Oh yeah, he could. And not to mention too, I think it'd be a great investment for the Trumps anyway, because that would just show the world that listen, be careful what you say about me because I wind up being your boss. That's what it says. I think that would be the best thing to do. Uh, Hopefully Trump, floats the idea because one time Trump wanted to buy CNN. He did. He was interested in buying CNN at one point when it was first being offered to be sold by Time Warner, but he backed out the deal. I don't know why he backed out the deal, but he backed out the deal. But now this is the perfect time. They're hurting. They now have no ratings. People love President Trump. All the thing President Trump got to do is put his name on it, and voila, all of the viewership will run right straight to CNN. Oh yeah, DirecTV is too expensive, bro. Too expensive. Y'all, shout out to veteran Patriot last night. He really looked out for me for a donation. Shout out to him, man. Appreciate, like I said, every time anybody give me a donation, I will give you a shout out. I don't care who you are, what you are. There's a young man today that said he did give me a donation for the channel, but I have not yet to see it, so I don't know if he uh, did that or not. Yeah. Now, people was talking about best buyers on Twitter for CNN, CBS. CBS is not going to touch it because it's a money pit. And CBS is part of the mainstream media culture. They don't want another one. NBC is not going to want it either. And Jeff Bezos is not interested in it. I'm telling you, I really feel like Trump could be that dude. President Trump people, if y'all listen to our us as bloggers, I'm the second one to say it. You need to buy CNN. Stick it to them. Buy it. I promise you. If you buy it, I can see Don Lemon now with his face dropping right to the damn floor. Van Jones can't recover ever again. And then you need to step in there and have a broadcast meeting and have it streamed live and look at him and do your famous line. You're fired. Oh, with it. And then Van can really cry. He can really cry. They can always go on YouTube. That way everybody go ahead anyway. YouTube will start a podcast. That's the thing to do. All right, guys, let me go up here. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Thank you. Shout out to Patriot, man. Patriot promoting me like hell tonight, man. Appreciate you, Patriot, bro. Appreciate you promoting on the channel. Appreciate you. All right, so we're gonna go into other news. We're gonna talk about Corey Bush accusations. I talked about this a little bit today, right? Because I was heated, and the reason why I was heated because she swear out that she was being targeted because she got a mask on with Breonna Taylor the on her face for her mask covering, and she talked about Republican colleagues called her Breonna Taylor. Now, y'all know good and damn well, and y'all know I've been straight up with this, and I don't pull no punches. First and foremost, you are on Capitol Hill. There are 536 representatives in Capitol Hill. They don't know everybody. They really don't. They don't know everybody by name or anything like that. So when you go out here and you got your mask on, covering your face, and you just got that name, Breonna Taylor, and you're wearing it every day, for all they know, there's a second Breonna Taylor. What's going on, Hato Calente? Thank you for coming and joining the streams. Appreciate you. Yeah, so y'all know good and damn well that this lady should have known better by now. If you're a representative and somebody done called you Breonna Taylor's name, a light bulb should have went out in your head. Okay, they think I'm Breonna Taylor because I got this mask on my face with this girl name in big letters. All right, well, let me either get a mask saying justice for Breonna Taylor to be more specific so they know who I am, or maybe I need to wear a regular mask to state who I am, or maybe I need to wear some kind of identifying badge or name tag for people to know who I am. Because people don't know you. They don't. The only people that know you is the state of Missouri because you going out here, being a part of that pandering ass group, Black Lives Matter, aka certain Black Lives Matter. So people don't know you like that. And another thing is, I'm so sick of people keep saying about this young lady's name and making it where she was an angel. We went over this time and time again. I hate that anybody get killed when it comes to police interaction. But if you out here doing illegal activity and you know you're doing illegal activity and you dealing with people that are not stand up, like they so caught up into that lifestyle that you can't trust them when the heat is on, this is what happens. Now the family done got $12 million. The family has gotten an apology. The family has gotten Jesus a whole outpour of support from every damn celebrity known to man. I mean, what else is that not enough? You're not gonna bring her back, and then you want to go and get mad about the verdict because they didn't charge this guy for murder, and now you want to take it to the jury again. So I guess you're gonna take the rest of your money. That 12, because you had know after you paid that damn ambulance chaser, you only got about maybe $5 or $6 million left. So you're gonna waste another $2 million to try to bring it up into the case. Then what you gonna do after that? You gonna spend all your money then and go back into poverty, and then nobody ain't gonna forget who you are. Cause once everything, when it's something like this dies down, people don't want to help you no more. People forget about you, and this is real talk. When the news died, people don't give a shit. So to me, enough is enough. You gotta stop it. Oh, what's going on, Greg? Talk to me. What you got going on? So anyway, getting back to what I was saying about this lady. Oh, really? Did not know that. I gotta check that out. So they saying the recount is what Greg telling me that it gave Trump a net gain. So net gain is he in the lead, or net gain is in it just gave him more votes, but Biden still won? Because I hope that it flipped it to where Trump lead. Because if they did it right, it should show Trump as the winner of Georgia. If that's the case, that's going to change the whole ball game. For real, for real. It's going to change the whole ball game. I mean, I hope it puts him in the lead. Real talk, I do. So now getting back to what I was saying, uh, this woman already complaining. Okay, yeah, let me know. I mean, I know it probably gave him some net gain. I just hope it puts him in the lead. Because they swear out that they think Biden won Georgia. But we'll see. We'll see. Uh and then another thing that I say is wrong with this picture with this lady is that if you're in a representative, you are not going to be able to get things done in the House of Representatives if you're already issuing grievances against your constituents, and you ain't even did the first session yet. You just got elected. So now people are not even going to take you seriously at all. People are going to look at you as, oh God, here she go, the one without any evidence, without any common sense. So I mean, I don't know what this lady is trying to accomplish. I know what she's trying to accomplish. She's trying to make feel like if she gets a part of the House of Representatives, she can start getting people to bend her bend they will to bend to her will. but it don't work that way. Because when you with the big boys, you got to have sufficient evidence. These people that are lawmakers are extremely intelligent. They know the laws. They know everything. Like you know what I'm saying? You can't just make some shit and think it's gonna fly. That's why AOC and these other progressive women are having a hard time uh in that establishment, because they thought that them being women and being progressive and having all that attitude, they was gonna make, the House of Representatives kiss their ass and basically do what they say. Well, it's not working out that way. They're getting they're getting stepped on, because these guys play. They play for keeps. There ain't no hugging, and they don't fist fight, but when you dealing with representatives, they intelligently fuck your ass up, because these people, they're used to being in debates. They're used to people having an attitude, and if they know that and they feel like that they got a plan that is a lot more thorough than you are, they're gonna make you make a fool out yourself, and that's facts. And I guess they're learning the hard way. Now, speaking of political moves, I'm going to talk to y'all about the latest edition of BLM activists, another one who wants to talk to Biden. Let's talk about this one. Hold on for a second here. Uh, Give me 1 second, and I will give it to y'all like this. Give me 1 second, guys. I got to pull it up. Yeah, I'm doing it opposite tonight. I'm streaming to y'all off my phone, and I'm working off my notes off the computer. Oh man, it's crazy. So y'all remember when I told y'all that this was going to happen, right? That these BLM activists, especially these women, Patrice Callers, was going to mess around, acting the damn fool, screaming out that, we need reparations. We acting out because we don't feel this, that, and the third. And that Biden is going to be the one that's going to actually lead this country right. Saying all that stuff. Remember I told you, I said they're going to mess right around here. When it's time to get down, they are going to be out in the cold. Well, guess what? That's what Patrice Cullors is feeling right now. Because Patrice Cullors want a meeting with the president, Joe Biden, to discuss the movement's agenda and lay out expectations for incoming administration. She talking about, without the resounding support of black people, we will be saddled with a very different electoral outcome. That's what she wrote to a letter in Biden and Vice President-elect Kamala Harris on Saturday, aka Kamala. In short, black people won the election. That's what she's saying. Now, Colors playing to hold Biden's feet to the fire, saying that black people want to be heard and our agenda to be prioritized. Well, it's too late Patrice. You should have held him to the fire when you first started hearing him saying that he agreed with y'all and he's there for y'all. That's when you should have requested that meeting. That's when you should have went out there during the DNC and all that shit and should have told old boy, listen, I can get you these votes, but for me to get you these votes, I need something in writing to know that we're gonna go in that direction. I need a part of your plan. Now, guess what's gonna happen? They're not gonna hear nothing y'all got to say. They're gonna laugh in y'all face, and they are gonna go centrist on your asses. As soon as things die down, they're gonna go centrist. And you're gonna be right back to looking like y'all been before, crying about you're not getting treated fairly and the world ain't shit. Congratulations. You have just fucked up the first part of being a business negotiator. I mean, it's just crazy. Now, she even said that they made history making Kamala Harris the first female and black president to be elected. First and foremost, I am so sick of them saying that. Kamala Harris' own father has spokenly said that his daughter do not identify with being a black American. She is Indian. She is white and Indian. I mean, Indian and Jamaican. Excuse me. Indian and Jamaican. Hindi Indian. She do not identify at all. And she has told people, he said she has done this. She's one of those people, she only does this whenever it is convenient for her. And I believe it. I really do. Because a lot of people do this. A lot of people will claim something as long as it works for their benefit. And I give y'all an example. I had a guy I went to school with, and we was, yep, he is Jamaican. Yep, that's correct, Greg. I had a guy I went to school with, right? This dude was mixed, okay? Now, I didn't know this till recently. Somebody had told me, but you are the race of whatever your mother is now. They don't do it by the genetics of the father. So if your mother is white and your father is a certain race, a different race, you got to go by your mother's race. I didn't know that till I recently just found that out. Used to be about the father, but it's different now, I guess. New genetics, new thing, which it makes sense. Oh man. So that's funny, State. Anyway, uh this dude was, mom was white. His dad was also mixed with a black mom and a white dad. So yeah, so basically, yeah, he was white, somewhat white and black, biracial. But anyway, whenever he wanted to do something with the support of black kids at school, like if he wanted to get with a girl, or he got in a beef with a white kid or something like that. This is a true story. He would play the whole, man, you know I'm down for y'all. You know you my boy. I'm down for my culture. Rah 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 rah. So everybody come to his defense, look after him. All the black people, stuff that nature. But when he got awards, or when he got like recognition, from other white people that was either in his family or that was giving him stuff, he did not recognize black people. In fact, if a black person came to him, he had like he didn't see him, basically, or ignored him or blew him off. So I say that to say this: there's a lot of people like that. Now I'm not one of those that's like that. I love everybody. I don't give a shit. If I am who I am, and I'm comfortable with who I am. But I've said this time and time again, this lady has an identity crisis. I mean, you could tell by the way she act. I mean, look at the dude she been with. Look how she got to where she at. I mean, Kamala Harris is very scandalous. She got a lot of skeletons. And you can tell by the way she did black men when it came to crimes in San Francisco, and yes, I think it was San Diego when she was at the San Francisco. I think it was San Francisco. Either way it go, San Diego, I think. I don't know, in California. Whenever she was in California, she just man, she did them guys dirty. I mean, simple drug claims, simple drug crimes, and she was just taking them to, yeah, she was just fucking them up. So I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised with what's going on. This lady can forget it. I mean, they got what they wanted. They wanted Biden. He's probably going to push for the defunding of the police. He's probably going to push for the whole. I mean, I know he's saying that no right now, but they're going to do it because they got to give them a little bit of something to keep them to keep that vote ready for whenever he think he's going for re-election, if he was to be considered the official winner. And that's it. That's all they're gonna do. They're gonna do just enough to get by. They're not gonna get a whole lot. They're gonna be right back to where they was before. And I think it's hilarious because they would get more when they was with President Trump than they are now. Now they're not getting nothing. They're not gonna get nothing. They ain't gonna get a invitation to anything. And get this, before I go and move on, Biden also try to copy a plan just like Trump, but he didn't go in detail. He said he promised to create an economic plan that provides housing, education, and financial support to Black and Latino communities who have been disproportionately affected by the corona pandemic. So how you gonna do that, Joe? You ain't gave us no plan yet. I know what you gonna do. You either A, gonna turn those opportunity zones that President Trump already got set in to your own personal gain, or y'all gonna throw them out and try to say that it ain't right. It's a cold game, man. Cold game. I hate to say it, but I don't see the inner city getting hooked up at all. There ain't gonna be no hookup on this one. None at all. They should have stayed with who they had. So now let's see what else we got going on here. Try to make sure I'm giving y'all all of the most recent news there is. And this is gonna be the last report for tonight. Okay. Um, we're gonna talk about Nancy Pelosi and the squad. Now, I already told y'all this. There is going to be a civil war between the squad and Pelosi because Pelosi is borderline extreme left and the squad is all the way extreme left. And they think in their mind, the squad, that Nancy is too old and not the face that they want to represent that extremity that they're trying to promote in America. And I'm got a feeling that they're going to get rid of Nancy and get her off there because AOC is very ambitious. Oh yeah, I know she's crazy. And see, that's what nobody don't understand. See, AOC is here's the thing about AOC. AOC is smart, but she's smart in the wrong direction. You ever met somebody that's real intelligent and really could make a difference in their position, but they are so damn consumed with negativity and with so much false information about life that they don't look at life at a whole. They only look at life at one particular section and one particular section only. And that's what's going to mess up AOC because she looks at things only one straight way. She's goes for negativity and racial inequality all the time. That's all she hunts for. She don't look at other things that's going on in the world that contributes to this. Now, I don't think she's an act, Greg. I really do. I think, like I said, AOC ain't dumb. I'm telling you now, the chick ain't dumb. Anybody goes from being a bartender to being a House of Representative ain't no dumbass. I mean, she's intelligent. I just, like I said, she's intelligent the wrong way. You know, I just think that this lady is a part of that that got that victimization syndrome so bad that in her mind, that's the only way she feel like that she can make a difference, making everyone around her feel victimized. Because victimization is a disease. You can be successful and still be a victim. I mean, that's just real. If you think like one, that's what you're gonna be. Now, when it comes to Pelosi, I really do think Pelosi needs to step down because Pelosi's old, man. Yeah, that's true. Dumb and crazy are two different things. And like I said, she just crazy. She ain't dumb. She just crazy as shit. Now, Pelosi, on the other hand, I think she needs to go. I mean, her time is up, man. You almost 80 something years old, and you know, you'd have been there and done that. Greg, it could be. Well, here's the thing that I can't understand, Greg. And remember, we all talked about this in the last time we discussed this as a whole, as a as a discussion. I don't understand. I was talking to my wife about that too. That every time you turn around, you have these social justice warriors, these people of color, You have these extra woke Latin Americans that swear out they're being oppressed by, you know, white America, but they date white Americans. They're having children with the white Americans. So if you that oppressed, why are you dealing with them? Because most people I know, when they're oppressed by a certain race of people or certain type of people, they don't deal with them. I think that it's how they call that thing. This is something that they used to tell me back in the day. My great grandma used to tell me this about certain people that had an identity crisis. She used to say, "Boy, he talk black, but he sleep white." And I didn't know what the hell that meant. Not being racist, just being real. And she just told me that. I said, "What the hell does that mean?" And she said, "That's when somebody who is fighting within themselves. They want to they try to be down in front of one group of people, but then they really want to be like another group. And it happens that way. A lot of people like that. And that's the worst thing to have identity crisis in your life, bro. You talking about not getting nobody to look up to you. You're done. When you have an identity crisis, people will not fuck with you. For real. Because they think you fake. And that's what's going on here. But I really do see that that's what. And then, they got another problem too. They also got the Michigan representatives and even that governor in Michigan done said that, yeah, Sean King, like, yep, Sean King's a perfect example. Show is, you ain't lying. Sean King is a perfect example. They caught this cat red-handed. I told my wife this story. I had my wife in tears crying about how funny this story was. This dude was raised in a white Catholic family. I mean, this cat skin tone is as light as my wife's own. Okay, my wife's pretty light as a white person. And they brought the picture to like in front of him, like in an interview. And he still denied it. He still played like, nah, that ain't me. You know, I'm black. I don't know them. Bro, what you mean you don't know them? You denied your own family just to be true to the game? Bro, you is fake. That's crazy. Real crazy. But yeah, man, that's what's going on with the extreme left. So with that being said, that's all that's going on in the news, man. Nothing really shaking and baking. Everybody trying to figure out what's going on with Nancy Pelosi. Well, excuse me, with these votes, and hopefully we will get some results very soon. So if you like what my content is, please do me a favor. Hit the like button. Also, to hit the subscribe button and holler at your boy. We're trying to do everything we can to keep everything together over here. Also, if you also can, I'm gonna go ahead on and give y'all these places you can donate if your heart puts your mind to it to do it. If you see it after it's been aired, you can talk to your boy right here. Any donation to help on the Cash App. If you don't have a Cash App, I also got a Venmo as well. I do got a new Instagram up. I will give that to y'all. Also, Patriot Gear as well. It's going to be on my link on my YouTube channel. So thank y'all very much for the love. I'm finna bounce out of here. I got to get up in the morning, and me and my wife got some things we got to do. So we love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Stay strong and stay patriotic. I am out.